Good evening. Welcome to the State of Business on Art Television with me, Kavishka Pereira. Let's take a look at today's headlines. Newly appointed State Minister of Defence assumes duties. Sri Lankan Airlines traffic down by 2.1% in 2017. News in detail. The newly appointed State Minister of Defence, Lakshman Seneviratne, assumed duties during a ceremony at the ministry yesterday. The new State Minister signed the official document amidst the chanting of Pirit by the members of the Mahasangha, signifying his assumption of office during the ceremony. Hemasuri Fernando, the Secretary to the Ministry of Defence, and Sunil Samaraweera, the Secretary to the State Ministry of Defence, were also present at the occasion. State Minister Seneviratne was sworn in as the State Minister of Defence before the President at the Presidential Secretariat last Thursday. Making a brief speech, State Minister Seneviratne paid gratitude to the services rendered by the tri-forces and the police to safeguard the sovereignty of the country and said that the government should work towards strengthening reconciliation and building unity between the people. He requested the support of all to serve the interests of the country in this regard. Religious dignitaries, family members of the Minister, the Chief of Defence Staff, tri-forces commanders, the IGP and the senior ministry officials were also present at the occasion. According to the Tourism Development Authority, the state-owned national carrier Sri Lankan Airlines has brought 641,634 tourists to the country in 2017, down by 2.1% from a year earlier, with the market share lost to other Asian carriers. Total arrivals to Sri Lanka from flights, charter flights and ships had increased by 3.2% from a year earlier to 2.1 million tourists in 2017. Sri Lanka's market share in bringing tourists to Sri Lanka either directly or through connecting flights fell to 30.3% from 32% in 2016. Emirates remained the second, bringing 303,732 tourists, down 10.3% from 2016, while Qatar Airways stayed in the third position with 159,418 tourists, down by 0.5%. Sriwijaya, an Indonesian carrier which started operations to Sri Lanka in 2017, broke away 136,434 tourists from established carriers, pushing down Jet Airways to the fifth spot with 70,413 tourists, a 35.3% fall from a year earlier. Sri Lanka brought in 263,083 South Asian tourists to Sri Lanka in 2017, up 1.9% from 2016. This was a 50.8% market share, up from 50.3% in 2016. However, the South Asian tourism market fell 0.9% for Sri Lanka from a year earlier with 518,085 tourists. The third largest market for Sri Lankan was East Asia, bringing in 155,136 tourists, up 27.2% from a year earlier. The market share for Sri Lankan from East Asia grew to 34.9% from 28.7% a year earlier. All the arrivals to Sri Lanka from Australasia grew 9.7% from a year earlier to 92,003 tourists. Sri Lankan Airlines brought in only 21,841 tourists, down by 36.3%. Addressing the media in Colombo today, State Minister of Plantation Industry Suresh Vadivel expressed his concern with regard to false information spreading across social media and also expressed the following views regarding the plight of estates in general.
Because of the present political crisis, there are various questions coming, the various wrong information spread in the Facebook. Yesterday I have checked through the police. From the Facebook, the message, the wrong message, the spreader, some of them are from the government servants. Most of them are belongs to the educational department. We have identified the crowd, and I'm going to take the legal action. I think from tomorrow, I'm going to write to the provincial director as well as the department and the ministries. We'll take the legal action against them. But I'm kindly requesting from my people, I have informed, not to misunderstand the people who voted me, especially from Badul district. They're very happy. At least after three years' time, the Badul district people got a Tamil minister. Because we came 5. Out of 5, 2 Tamils. None of them didn't get any portfolio from Badula. People are asking, highly worried. 71,000 people voted, 54,000 I got it. So the people expectation is more. The north, and also I would like to say, north and east issue is different. Colombo issue is different. Plantation sector, we are having day-to-day issues. So for that, we need power. Without power, we can't do that. We are having the infrastructure issues. We are having the educational problem. We are having the housing problem. We are having the land problem. The other places, the north and east also, they are having 1 or 2 issues. We are everything we have problem. Everything from the state management, the way they are managing the state. Half of the land neglected. Half of the factories are closed. Now they call us a silence factory. So for us to develop all these things and to give the opportunity, job opportunity to the youths, everything we need power. We need ministries. I'm very openly saying, the ministries are not enough for us in our country. All the others also must come and join. We don't need to worry about the colors and the symbol. We have to be in the ruling party. Then only we can do the service for our people.
Stay tuned for more news after this short commercial break. Welcome back. Addressing the media in Colombo today, UNP MP Dr. Harsha De Silva made the following remarks with regard to the resignation of Manusha Nanayakkara from his ministerial portfolio. Manusha Nanayakkara was sworn in as the Deputy Minister of Labour and Foreign Employment before President Maithripala Sirisena under the new government last Thursday.
We are happy to announce former UNP MP, currently MP from the UPFA, and till yesterday the Deputy Minister for Foreign Employment and Labour has now quit his official position, handed over this letter of resignation to the President and rejoined his original party, the UNP, and has accepted Honorable Ranil Wickremesinghe as the legitimate Prime Minister who has the majority in Parliament. So if some thought that the fake government, the imposters, had the ability to carry on, it is now very clear that that is certainly not the case. I don't want to read out the entire letter, but let me just give you the gist of it. He says that he, meaning Honorable Manusha Nanayakkara, says that he joined the President because he believed that he was doing the right thing, that he believed it was constitutional. But of course, he continues to say that he has now realized what the President did was unconstitutional, and he also says the Speaker has, by the statement he issued yesterday, categorically stated that the perpetual government of Mahinda Rajapaksa is unconstitutional, and therefore he doesn't want to be a part of it, and he says he wishes to serve the people under the leadership of the United National Party, and he will be voting against Mahinda Rajapaksa and against this unconstitutional act. So we see if some tried to articulate that there was some sort of tide and people were moving from here to the other side, this puts a stop to it. And if anyone else had been thinking, they better think again, because the tide is very much towards us.
Speaking during an event in Colombo recently, the Managing Director CEO of Hatton National Bank, Jonathan Aller, stated that digital financial services has enabled broader financial access, introduced new products and services, and has served customers more effectively by enabling the deployment of new technologies internally.
With the changing customer behavior, the connected consumer and the network effect that has been created through social media provides a new opportunity for business. Today, we are able to facilitate transactions through the mobile and provide products and services to customers who were previously out of this equation. Financial institutions have been playing a key role in enabling the payment process by facilitating online payment transactions, mobile money transfers to various other financial transactions that were once carried out through the physical presence or physical exchange of cash. Establishing such critical infrastructures has facilitated business to embark on e-commerce and mobile commerce and other creative value propositions to engage with customers.
The Meteorological Department today stated that under the influence of low-pressure system in the vicinity of Sri Lanka, the prevailing showery conditions and cloudy conditions are expected to continue over the island and surrounding areas. A low-pressure area has developed over Southwest Sea area in the Bay of Bengal. The general public, naval and fishing communities are requested to be attentive about advisories issued by the Department of Meteorology in this regard further. Fairly strong gusty winds up to 50 to 60 km per hour can be expected over the northern part of the island. Very heavy rainfall above 150 millimeters can be expected at some places in the northern, north central, eastern, northwestern and central provinces, while heavy rainfall above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places elsewhere. Moreover, showers can be expected at some places over the sea areas extending from Puthuvil to Galle via Batticaloa, Trincomalee, Kankasanthurei, Puttalam and Colombo. Winds will be northeasterly over the sea areas extending from Puthuvil to Colombo via Trincomalee, Kankasanthurei and Puttalam. Winds will be northwesterly over the sea areas around the island. Wind speed will be 30 to 40 km per hour over sea areas around the island and rough at times, as the wind speed can increase up to 50 to 60 km at times. Temporarily strong gusty winds up to 70 to 80 km per hour and rough seas can be expected during thundershowers. That's all the news we have for today. Join us tomorrow at the same time for more of the very latest. Thank you and good night.